Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to World This Morning. I'm your host Ajra Sati and joining me is my wonderful co-host Ahmed Nawaz. Assalamu alaikum Ahmed.
Walaikum assalam. Good morning. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. So, ladies and gentlemen, so Ahmed used to be a very morning person. He used to come really early in the office, but now he's having a cup of coffee. Why is that, Ahmed?
Well, I think
you have broken your routine. Something happened.
No, I think the routine has been a bit shaky, but you know about coffee, it's a very important subject. I think there are some people who are coffee people, and you know, people tend to like caffeine. They have a dependency on it. I'm not one of those people who has a dependency, but you know, this very wonderful guy we've got, Iftikhar, makes one of the best coffees I've ever had. So, you
and
know,
also teas, right?
Yeah, everything. So I think if we ever had a chance to, you know, take over Starbucks, Iftikhar Mahmood would be doing that. That's the magic in his hands. But the fact is, you know, it not just refreshes you, gives you that energy boost. It actually, you know, brings things at a calm level as well. So
I think it has something in it that also satiates your appetite level, because whenever I drink coffee, I feel really full after that. And if you go to a lot of coffee houses, they would show that how that was formed, ingredient was found, especially by the Muslims.
The aroma of it. Have you ever, you know, but you're a green tea person today.
Right, and also they told us about, especially in different coffee houses, that how it was discovered. It was very much in use, especially in the Muslim world, and the Christian world was very skeptical of it, and they thought that it was some sort of poison or something like that. But now, when you see the prevalence of different coffee houses in the Europe, you would feel that this is very
and so many flavors. But like I said, I've got coffee, Hajra's hidden green tea on the on our other side. But the fact is, you know, that these are little things that just give us that energy
boost,
to go on. So, you know, World This Morning is all about energy. We've got a fantastic team who bring energy, and we need to match those levels up with a cup of coffee.
Right. Wonderful. So, moving on to our top stories. So, Ahmed, do you want to do the honors?
Absolutely. I think first of all, we've got some very important news to share as well. Now, as we just have been telling you since the past couple of days, that the Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, has been on a visit to Egypt to attend COP27 as a co-chair as well. And you know, there are many statements that have come out from that conference, some positivity that we've seen, the statesmanship that we've talked about, and now we've got a you know, a message from the Honorable Information Minister as well.
And she said that she has termed actually Prime Minister's visit to Egypt as a successful, and saying climate implementation summit remained fruitful, especially in the context of Pakistan. So there's a lot of debate going on the climate change and how COP27 needs to come together on the concept of the loss and damage reparations, and how there's a dire need for the debt restructuring, especially for the poor countries like Pakistan, because we have been devastated by the floods. And mere rehabilitation cost is $30 billion, which is a huge amount of the cost. And obviously before that there was a COVID, so we are constantly mired in a climate-induced calamities, right, Ahmed? And she also said that Shehbaz Sharif is engaged in serving the masses ever since coming to power, while there's a character on the other side who is only busy in stoking chaos and anarchy. She also said that we are trying to build the economy on strong footing, regretting the politics of those who are restoring to the politics of arson and vandalism and attacking the institutions. I think what a country around needs is stability, and our government is working towards it in order to bring stability.
And we talked about the fact, how the meetings on the sidelines were very important as well. The Honorable Prime Minister met the Managing Director of the IMF as well, and he met a lot of other world leaders where they discussed the fact about working together, not just on climate change, but you know, some of the terminologies that we've been hearing, loss and damage, and you know, debt restructuring. There were many things that were talked about. But of course, coming onwards, it wasn't just Iqbal Day yesterday. I think what a way, what a moment. I was saying this, that in the past month, I think this was the best night's sleep that we've ever gotten as cricket fans. Pakistan has made it to the finals of the T20 World Cup 2022 in Australia, and they were ever superb as they could be. They beat New Zealand by 7 wickets, and you know, what a performance. Absolutely adorable, I must say. You know, getting 153. They lost the toss, of course. And of course, Adra, we were very optimistic yesterday, but finally, you know, by the time I got home, I was very, very satisfied.
Right. Wonderful. So, Ahmed, I think especially for all the sports lover, not just the sports lover, for in Pakistan in general, I think we needed this respite or good news.
What about the boys of your house? Were they happy yesterday?
Oh, not boys. I think we have just only my Abba in the house as a male, but my sister is so much into the sports. She was all glued towards the screen. I think I was also watching the match because, of course, this match is different and it qualifies Pakistan into the semi-finals. And considering the fact Pakistan was in a very, what do you call it, slumpy shape.
Yeah,
before
you know how we did the comparison. We said to a point where the people were trolling them to take their departure tickets, to a point that they're the first team to qualify for the final. But guess what? It wasn't just cricket. It was sports news that was terrific all around for Pakistan. And after that, we also have to tell you that there have been other achievements as well. Pakistan in hockey also won the bronze medal by beating Japan 5-3 in the Aslan Shah hockey tournament. And it was absolutely a terrific performance on their end as well. The men in green performed very well. Japan is a very, very tough team in the world of hockey, and getting a bronze medal means direct qualification to the FIH competition that is coming up as well. And apart from that, our girls in green beat Ireland 3-0. So that was another victory note for our girls as well.
So I think Pakistan is doing really great in the sporting arena, right, Ahmed?
This was all a tribute to Allama Muhammad Iqbal.
Yes,
we had been discussing the concept of the Shaheen, and we had to prove
practically
it.
Had the manifestation of what a good Shaheen means.
Yes.
So Ahmed, we have some really interesting research, and I think our research team is doing a wonderful job. So there's a very interesting research which came about, especially there's a magical ingredient in the mushrooms. I am a great mushroom lover. I really love mushrooms, which reduces the depression. So the studies have found that this psychoactive ingredient in magic mushrooms can significantly reduce the symptoms of difficult to treat depression, data suggested from our largest clinical ever trials. Ahmed, we have been watching the rise of mental health illnesses across the world, especially depression, anxiety, and of course, these problems requires a modern solution to tackle them. And this is quite an interesting research in which the mid-stage study conducted by London-based and NASDAQ-listed Pathways involved 233 patients with so-called treatment-resistant depression who have failed to benefit from at least 2 antidepressants.
It's been there for quite some time now, but I like the fact that now it's discussed upon, and there have been many things. People have termed chocolate to reduce depression, music, meditation. There have been many things that have reduced those anxiety levels, but getting towards mushroom. But you mentioned a fantastic research team, so I think that's wonderful news, and I'm sure you're taking them all out to lunch very soon.
Wonderful. I will, inshallah. So, Ahmed, there's a very famous adage, fake it till you make it, right? And especially in the age of social media and the digitalization of this world, we have seen that how digital influencers have taken it very literally to their heart to show that how popular they are. And there are some of the perils which are attached to it, because there's a lot of fake accounts, trolls, bots now, which are actually increasing their followers, and this is not actually translating, especially if you hire them for your business.
Now you know why Elon Musk bought Twitter. Now you know it already.
Right. So that he could shunt out the fake material.
Yeah, so the bots as well. But we've got to talk about this digital realm. When you talk about digital marketing, everything that is involved, social media is a giant platform where you can market it not just better, but the outreach can be phenomenal as well. All you need to do is have the right strategy. So we've got a wonderful person in studio who's going to be talking about all the dynamics. He's a digital media strategist. He's also an entrepreneur and an internet marketer as well. Very honored to be joined by Dr. Bilal Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, Bilal.
Wa alaikum assalam, Ahmed. How are you doing?
Bilal?
I'm great, thank you.
So Dr. Bilal, please tell us your journey about how did you feel that the profession of medicine was not enough satiating that you jumped into the digital marketing? Why this shift?
Yeah, well, actually, I started studying medicines, and then I am a qualified graduate of medicines. But then I realized that that is not my cup of tea, and then I switched to the internet marketing and digital marketing back in the era when people were not well revolutionized with the internet marketing and the working on digital platforms. So I used to work with some other international guys. I used to research on Google. So I would always say that Google is my teacher. I have always learned from Google. So this is how I jumped into the internet marketing and digital platform while learning the medicines and while doing the experiments in the university and in the labs, but then shifting from the chemical labs into the internet labs.
Well, that's a nice shift that we talk about, and that's life. You tend to explore many things about you at a later stage, which you never believed you had it. But Bilal, now because it's a rabbit race right now, everybody's running the marathon, and the world is getting faster, technology, everything involved. Especially for a developing and emerging market like Pakistan, how important has digital marketing been?
Well, digital marketing, not only in Pakistan, but overall in the world, That is very important. When we talk about the digital marketing, you cannot ignore it. We have the example in front of us, the example of 2016 U.S. elections. We have seen by and large how the Trump and the other party, the Clinton party, how they have used the digital media, how they have manipulated, and we already have the reports of Mozart Forensica and everything related to that, how they have analyzed the brains of people, how they have manipulated the brains of people using
shaped opinions basically.
Yeah, using the cookies and using their personal likings, dislikings, and what sort of pages they have liked, what sort of activities they do on internet, on the browser. They fetch all the information from the browser, and then they showed them what they actually wanted them to vote for. So this is how they are transforming the real world into the digital world. So when we talk about the Pakistan, we have also seen that sort of mechanism here in Pakistan. They are also manipulating the brains of people here. There is actually a mass flow of information over the social media. So it is quite difficult to analyze and to assess which information is correct and which is not correct. So I mean, this is quite challenging for us to understand to which information we believe and which to ignore.
Hajra, it's crazy to a point where AI has now come to that, you know, even the things have moved on to a metaverse store, you know, or bigger brands have gotten to a metaverse store where you just wear those equipment and those goggles and you're in a store and you can select items. But how crazy it is that me and you would be talking about something and immediately when you go home, a social media ad would pop up on your social media platform about the very same thing.
Does this scare you sometimes?
Well, it does. Then I believe that we're already, you know, in that realm now. What is there to be? You know, it takes you back to Skynet probably in Terminator. But you know, it is a bit freaky sometimes.
True. I think it's very freaky, especially because we have very little interaction with the nature, and in the future, that interaction it will be even more disrupted because of those goggle things and constant interaction with the AI and whatnot. So, Ahmed, there was this very famous case in India where a Muslim journalist was siding with a family who's a Muslim girl in the Kashmir that suffered a rape, and obviously we know that this kind of topic is a big problem in Indian society, right? And how she was trolled over there, how her deep videos, which were very humiliating, were flooded in the internet, and she was scared and silenced into that. So I do know that there are mechanisms to detect deep fake photos, but is there a mechanism to detect the deep fake videos?
Well, actually, let me first give you some context of the thing which Ahmed was already talking about. In your intro, Ahmed had already talked about the international leaders and IMF, who is talking about different things when our Prime Minister also met some IMF leaders. So the point of concern is the deep fake they are using to manipulate and jeopardize the international leaders and international celebrities. You have also discussed the Indian case of rape case of journalist or whatever it is. So there is a mass information flow on internet and on social media. So this is quite difficult to disintegrate the fiction from the fact.
True.
So because if we will neutralize one fiction, then there will be 10 other fictional characters or bots over there who will be there to manipulate the disinformation or misinformation. So I think I would like to tell you here, the Facebook is a very big platform, and when Ahmed has already tell us about the Facebook and how they are doing over there. So Facebook has just signed some MOU or signed some partnership with Microsoft, and they are trying to control the fake news using the tools from Microsoft. And then there are some outsourced tools, some third-party tools available over there, like ZeroFox. By using that tool, we can detect the deep fake videos, and then there is an option available on Facebook called Rights Manager. So when we put some video in the Rights Manager of Facebook, then Facebook will automatically detect that video if that video is already available on their platform, and if that video is shooted by some real thing, it was artificially created by using some tools.
But Bilal, data privacy is a major issue, and Facebook, for example, Mark Zuckerberg has faced countless lawsuits of leak of data privacy of its users. How in the modern world can we tackle this major issue?
Yeah, exactly. The data privacy is a major concern when we talk about the facial recognition, when we talk about our fingerprints, then we are almost giving them our digital identity. So they can definitely manipulate that identity to using your bank accounts, to using your social media accounts, and using whatsoever, wherever you have used your digital identity. So that is, I mean, the digital privacy is a major concern. But then there is another form of it to protect that digital privacy, that is called P2P interaction. So in this form of encryption, so the P2P encryption, in this form of encryption, the data which is uploaded on the server is not even accessible from the major company, from the tech giant. So it is uploaded in the form of encryption, and even the major tech giant company will not be able to decrypt that data. So this is how the Facebook, Twitter and Microsoft kind
Something
of...
that WhatsApp did, end-to-end encryption.
Yeah, end-to-end or P2P encryption, this is what we call it. And they have to implement this because there was a huge data concern, and as the Bill Gates have quoted, whichever thing is available on internet is hackable. So that is quite a major concern for our privacy and whatsoever. And we already have the case of Huawei, and they were using the data of different American companies and different American consumers. That is what they have banned. I think
in the United States, yeah.
I think that is all politics, because I think American companies are doing the same thing. I mean, nothing is safe on the internet, or nothing is private on the nothing is private on the internet. So this brings us to a major important point, Ahmed, is that the deep fake videos or photos, they go so much viral, and the impact of that, even if you provide an alternative narrative or debunk that, I mean, the impact that it leaves is something that we need to tackle on, and I think this is something that we need to talk about it. And alternatively, there is another phenomena which is cropping up about how digital cloning is increasing the liar's dividend, which means that the authentic videos are also being dubbed as the fake videos, right? So how do we tackle this menace of deep fake videos?
Well, actually, in US, we are talking about here the deep fake videos, but there is also a matter of deep fake audios. In US, there was a fraudulent scam of $10 million by using the deep fake audio. So yeah, so this is a major concern. So people are doing that, and there is a DARPA in US which is already doing some legislation and some creating some tools to control that, not only the deepfake audios but deepfake videos as well. So we need to learn from them, and we need to adopt those tools which are very helpful to control the deepfake, not only audios but videos as well. So we need to bring up those tools, and we need to build our capacity locally. Like we have so much talent here in Pakistan, and we have the developers, and we have everything here, and they will definitely be able to control all those bots and this information.
But Dr. Saab, coming to now the marketing aspect of it, I think there is a challenge, and then there is a silver lining to it as well. Please excuse me. How have you seen businesses change when they've moved on to digital marketing? Because now a lot of major companies, corporate giants, have now put their reliance on digital marketing than the traditional forms of marketing. They've now shifted that focus because probably they've realized it's been more effective and more eye-catching to the public.
Well, in the current era, in 2022, we are moving towards 2023. If we say if your business is not on internet, your business doesn't exist. So this is how we take the internet and digital marketing in current era. So everything is available. I'm working from last almost a decade or more than a decade. So if you know just one tool, how to run digital campaigns, how to run digital marketing platform, or how to put something on digital media, you can make huge money from internet, from digital media marketing. You can sell anything on digital media. We have seen in recent past, people are making different kind of starts. People are working from home and they put it online on Instagram pages, on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever digital platform they like, and they can definitely make some good livelihood, and they can run their home from that sort of creativity and from that sort of business. So it's a smaller medium industry, you can say, but you will be surprised to know that India has done very good job in it. Even the Indian IT export is larger than the Saudi oil export. So this is because they have a huge small and medium industry, but depending upon the digital industry, and that is everywhere in their different states. So they are also supporting those small and medium industries.
And we've also seen, Ahmed, especially because our esteemed guest is here, and he will explain us more that social media influencers, they understand the game of that and how they can monetize their content. So I mentioned fake it till you make it, how in order to make themselves popular, they have bought a lot of likes, a lot of fake accounts, which shows their massive followings. When you convert into the business metrics, they don't tally along, right? So if there's a business who wants to hire their services, how to make sure that they are protected from such sort of scamming and gamings that is being going on by the social media influencers.
All right. So you have mentioned the social media influencers. So there are certain tools. If you get some username of, for example, the Instagram influencer or Facebook influencer, so you just put that username in that tool. That tool is a third-party tool, and you can use different tools to analyze or to check how many likes are real and how many likes are bot likes, manipulated likes.
Right.
So in this way, you would be able to analyze, and that tool will give you a complete report of their each and every post, their engagement, and their reach. There is a very simple rule to analyze that. If the reach on some post if the engagement on some post is more than 20% of the reach, then definitely that is a fake reach. So that is quite simple to analyze that.
But it's a great tool, isn't it? Because I've seen, when we talk about all these PR packages and everything involved, the world has changed so much that, you tend to think about reality, that where is this going? So you can just get a normal degree and become a social media influencer, and then you're on your merry way of making a career.
Right. And I think this also brings us to the legislative domain of it, because Ahmed, I don't feel that there's enough being work done, especially to counter the deepfake videos, because there was this case in the, I think, US, where a person was wrongfully implicated because there was a video circulating in which he was shown that he had committed a crime, but actually that was a deepfake video.
Right.
And he was, I think, sentenced to jail term or something like that.
So, it's very important to filter these things out. But Dr. Bilal, your final message to all the younger lot out there who are inspired by social media but still don't know the right step to make it there.
Well, definitely, we have just 24 hours, which is provided to Elon Musk. What he is doing so remarkable, that he is the richest man in the world, and we are still here. We need to do something remarkable. We need to do something different, and we need to do something creative. We should not follow the masses. We need to use our own brain, and we need to do some research.
And that too with the responsibility, because there's a wealth of information out there, and I think poverty of wisdom out there.
But I just became very interested. What is Elon Musk doing that we're not? Probably, that dream of buying Twitter. But Dr. Bilal, thank you very much for joining us on the show. It was very interesting learning from your experiences. And I think you younger lot out there can understand in a much better way of the jargons of social media.
That's true, that's true. And at that, we'll go a short break. Please come back, because then we are going to have interesting segments.
Stay tuned to World This Morning. Welcome back to World This Morning. Boy, do I really miss Shehzad Khan because his energy is over the roof whenever we need to get linkings in and coming back. But then again, he's on a very important assignment.
True.
He's going to make sure Pakistan wins the World Cup and then he's going to come back from PTV Sports.
So and then we are going to have a good piece for him,
So a big shout out to Shehzad Khan, and of course Shehzad bhi, we're hoping for you to come back. But Haja, what do you know about the art of self-defense?
Okay, so as the self-defense has been gaining traction, especially when there's a lot of narrative or discourse on the harassment and how women need to make sure that they are protected. And also, I think there are a lot of schools that are encouraging it, especially when it comes to karate, because my younger sister also went into that sport. So I was never a very sportsy person. I was a very nerd. So I never had a penchant for going into that sports. But I'm really glad that there are schools who are actually encouraging it. And then it is also propping up as a
So would you say your research is your self-defense? That can be happening, but we've got some wonderful people who will be talking about this art, not just as an art of self-defense, but how I think they've been able to achieve on a professional circuit as well. So very honored to be joined first of all by Mr. Qasim Suleiman, who is a karate coach. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum assalam, good morning.
How are you, sir?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Well, great to have you on the show. And Hajra, we've got some wonderful super ladies as well.
Yes, we have two really brilliant young kids. So we will be joined by Anika Meher. She's a brown belt in the Shotokan Karate International.
Yes, and we also have Tehreem Suleiman. Tehreem, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
How are you?
I'm very well. Great to have you on the show. And also Anika Meher, a brown belt in Shotokan Karate International competitions. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good morning. Thank you to you as well for coming. Right, Qasim, first of all, I think not just as an art of self-defense. Let's talk about this profession being something that is in history, we read about it. Professionally, we see it that it is an art. And to understand this art, one needs to be connected to one's inner self as well.
Yes, because you know the karate itself means self-defense. Like when karate means is fight with the empty hand, kara and te, empty hand. And when you do karate, it means you are very much fixed with this art. I mean, you have to do daily workout, exercises, daily routine, punching, kicking. And by doing this, your personality gonna groom day by day by having this art, like all the things.
That means you're giving these girls no easy time, punching 24/7 and trying to practice. But how interesting is it, Hajra, that we've got these younger lot at a very young age learning this art?
True. So Anika, I wanted to ask you, so if there's a fight between your sister and yourself, do you use this art to make sure that you're completely defended?
No, I don't use this art with my sister.
Have you ever thought of using that?
Yeah, sometimes I thought about it, but
like
I
give a punch.
Well, it's very interesting, but Tehreem, initially, there are so many things that kids are attracted to, sports, outdoor activities. So once you first started karate, how did you feel?
When I was 3 years old, I usually from my room's window, I usually saw my dad I just saw my dad. He was training some students, and whenever I got my mom's phone in my hand, I was like, go to my dad's channel and watch his video, like training others from that thing.
And I believe you have a gold medal, right? Can you show it to us?
Of course.
Where did you get it?
From Korea, online kata championship.
Wonderful.
There's an online Korean championship?
Yeah.
So how do you perform the karate, which is very physical sports? How do you perform it online?
It's just a live, I think. Our sensei, they make a video for karate, and there's a whole screen in which there are like a lot of judges, and they make a decision who is the who will get.
But Qasim, let's talk about this competition and this art, of kata. We need to understand this as well. Please explain it to us, and then of course the competition itself.
Okay, actually in karate there are different subjects like kata, kihons, komite. Kihons is the basic, this is all Japanese terminology. Kihons is the basic training in which you do exercises, punching, kicking, all the stuff. And kata is basically step of moves, different attacks and blocks. In every belt there are almost 20-25 steps kata. And then komite is fight. In kata, you have to show your power, your strength, and your all flexibility, everything. And it's mean that if you know the kata, you can do a good komite. Because kata is block and attack. If I'm gonna define kata, kata is the attack and block means kata. So the student can do very practically the things. And what's the online mean? Being after COVID, the all competition is gonna online and face to face.
Absolutely.
So online, what does we do? We make a video of the students and we sending to the competition
So
area.
how was the preparation, preparing Tehreem for that competition? Because it is an international competition. There is a very tough level there as well. So how was the preparation?
Actually, in karate start from the white belt.
Yes.
And now Tehreem is in the blue belt and it's gonna brown belt soon, very soon,
inshallah.
maybe next
Yes.
week. So from the first day, they are practicing kata, kihon, and kumite all the days from the first day. And almost she has done like practically 4 to 5 years she has done karate. Okay, and for this competition, before she was practicing for her brown belt test. In her brown belt test, there are also kata. The same kata she was practicing, and we make a video and we send to the competition area in Korea online, same as Anika. So by practicing her brown belt test, she gonna good in the kata.
Absolutely.
And what judge doing in the competition? The judge were doing. There are almost 7 to 8 judges for online kata competition, and they're watching live on the big screen, and they're giving their decisions by checking that how the stamina of the kid is and how move they're doing. And they're doing the right kata.
The perfection of it. Yes, that's
Perfection,
very important. But 4 to 5 years, how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
So
I
6
just
when
turned.
she was 6 when she started practicing
Yes,
karate.
and I think you need to fear these kids, you know. So Anika, tell us, walk us through your routine. How many hours do you practice this karate thing, and about your school life? How do you balance both of that?
Balancing is of course very important. It's not about like I have to do it 24/7. Just give it 2 hours, but do it like with full passion. So it won't be, you know, your life won't be gonna be unbalanced. So I, you know, study at the studying time and I do karate for 2 hours.
But you must be the
daily.
boss of your school now, because I think every girl needs to hang around these kids just to stay protected.
Do your class fellows fear you because of your brown belt? Yeah. They do?
Yeah.
But talk us through your competition as well. You've got a medal as well. Would like
Yeah.
to see that medal. And of course, how was your competition?
It was good, and I didn't expect that I'm gonna win, but Alhamdulillah I got a gold medal, and yeah, I'm very you know, I'm very it's a very proud moment for my country and for myself as well.
Indeed it is. So Qasim, moving on to you, we've seen that the way cricket or football is monetized in Pakistan. Of course, Ahmed knows more of it because he's super sports guy. So in karate, I don't think so has the same sort of traction as cricket has, right? So how did you venture into this sports, and how do you see its scope and future in Pakistan?
Actually, karate is all about passion.
Right.
And if there's a passion, then we don't think about expenses, that how we will manage, how to do. Because of course, in Pakistan, the only sport that is being sported, that is cricket.
Right.
So no other sports. But in karate, because this is passion, so if somebody is doing training with a passion, so he's doing a lot for getting that passion to the world level as well. So his own attentions and attraction is this, by being a training, by advertisement, socially and other things. So it's gonna like.
So you have your own karate club, right?
I have my own karate
Right.
academies, and I have, alhamdulillah, 7 to 8 branches.
Mashallah.
And in our head office where I'm giving training, it's almost 150 students practicing.
And where is that? Would you like to tell us about the academy as well?
That
What's
is
it called?
That is in Islamabad, G111.
Right.
And what's the name of the academy?
Shotokan Karate Schools, Pakistan.
Wonderful, wonderful. So there's a big footprint. But you know, I see these young girls, and then I, you know, come to the fact that they will be facing the world, and the world right now is a very harsh reality. So how important is it to not just learn this art as an art itself, but transform it to an art of self-defense? Because at the end of the day, as a father, I understand the goal is to make sure that they are safe in the world as well.
Yeah. Actually, in our karate academy, the majority are girls nowadays.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they're doing practice, and because our main goal is the self-defense for the girls. Because in Delhi atmosphere, in the market, in offices, everything there is harassment.
Yes.
So what are our teachings? Our teaching is to make them self-confident and the brave girls. And the second thing is being a participant in the different tournaments. And even if they are participating in the tournaments, they're getting brave day by day. And for the woman, it's very much important to learn this art, because by daily practicing, even the exercise and punch, kick, every day they're getting power. Because if I'm just define this thing, if one person, a karate person, girl or boy, if they do practice twice a week, okay, and they practice only 30 minutes, and the other girl or boy, if he or she is practicing 7 days a week and they're practicing 1.5 hours, so it's mean the second person, boy or girl, they will get more power by daily practicing. So by doing this art, automatically woman, it's gonna confident by having.
But then how do you balance that? You know, are you a father or a sensei? How do you balance? That's very tough.
Yeah, in dojo I'm a tough sensei, yeah, very tough, very strict. And in home, I'm a father.
Yeah, I'm a great father, wonderful as well. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
So Tareem, when you were practicing with your father, did you ever had the opportunity of giving him punches?
Of course. All the time, I'm like, I really just want a chance to, give him, like, I never get a chance to punch him, but sometimes he's like, come, punch me, So I'm like, then he just blocked me, and that I just want to get a chance to punch.
So is he a strict sensei in the dojo?
Of course, yeah.
Really? Well, I think Tareem's faced the brunt of it, but that's very interesting as well. And we'd like to see some karate as well, Bhadra, and I think we need to see that demonstration of both of these girls, and we need to know what this art is all about. But let's take a short break. When we come back, we've got this special segment for you. Stay tuned to World This Morning.
Welcome back. So as we talked about and how Emma talked about that we are going to have a practical demonstration of the self-defense, right? So our two young kiddos, they are ready here to have a practical demonstration. So why don't you come here, both of you girls?
Right. So Qasim, would you like to please explain everything that they will be doing?
Yeah. Now actually self-defense is all about the pressure points, because in body there are more than 75 pressure points.
Okay.
If any kid or girl knows that one, they can easily defend themselves. Okay. Right now I'm just gonna demonstrate a few.
Sure.
Suppose the one attacker will attack on neck choke lock. Okay. And she will just defend herself by hitting here this pressure point on the neck.
Okay.
Okay.
So
This is the one. This is
Yes,
this
let's.
okay.
Right.
Now she's gonna grip her and she just defend with the hit over here on the neck.
Okay.
Okay. Now just grip her from the here back. Grip. Yeah. Now she will defend herself by using the arm lock, and then after lock she gonna hit. She will not hit, but just show that hit on the eyes, ears.
Another pressure point.
Yeah, this is one pressure point. Nose is another pressure point. Eyes, go. Now she can hit many attacks, whatever
in
she
this
wants.
position.
Yeah, in this position. Okay. Now, if somebody's gonna grip from the back side, most attacks on the woman, you have to grip from the back side. Now, when somebody's gonna grip from the back side, so what she will do, she will use another pressure point by hitting on the hand, because in your hands also there are 7 pressure points.
Okay.
If she will gonna hit on the mid of any center point, so attacker will get hurt. After that, when she will get red from the grip, she can hit elbow attack to the chin here, because it's a main pressure point. If somebody, in boxing,
You can break the chin.
yeah.
Yes.
If in boxing, if one person knock out, he's going to knock out by hitting
The
this
chin.
place.
Yes. So let's just see that. Yes.
This one, and then yeah. So this is one more pressure point, and then turn around her. Now, for women, it's very important. Yani, if some woman is gonna get harassment, so if she gonna hit on male pressure point below the belt, center of the legs, it's very much dangerous pressure point, and it's guaranteed. I mean, if she can hit here with the knee, with the punch, or with anything, so even suppose if she's gonna hit me, I can't afford that attack. Even my full life.
So it becomes a very important point.
Very
So
important
let's just see this
so just
one.
show
Get the final
the
demonstration
knee
of that,
attack.
right.
Now suppose, for example, she's gonna grip her from the front. So first, what she will do? First, she will get red her by hitting here, and the second attack, knee attack below the belt.
Below the belt, right?
Just attack her. No. Make her to grip you. Grip karo isko. Grip. Yeah. Now.
And this.
Now this attack, she's gonna.
Well, wonderful. I think that
can't
was very
do it.
interesting.
That was
Right
a
now.
practical
And
demonstration of
you can
that.
take a
Thank you
seat,
so much, girls.
because I really, saw Anika being the elder sister here. She was really enjoying being the attack. But Qasim, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you
Wonderful
so much.
having you, and you girls are already superb. I think there needs to be a lot of appreciation and a lot more for you from various organizations as well. And congratulations to you for being not just a successful father, but a successful sensei as well. And I think it's been very inspirational. Thank you very much for being on the show. And Hadra, I'm sure that you're going to be very interested in learning this art of self-defense
Why
very
not?
soon. But that wraps it up from me and the entire team of World This Morning. It's a goodbye for now, but stay tuned and keep writing to us, because 1, 2, 3, good morning.